Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to address hundreds of supporters in Mdantsane in the Eastern Cape. This as members of the ANC National Executive Committee have been deployed in the province, visiting various regions and branches in an effort to forge unity. Well, the party in the province is facing divisions, and in some areas, for example, in the Nelson Mandela Bay region, where the regional structure has been disbanded. For more, we crossed our reporter in the stadium. That's Busiswe Jemsana Mantashe, who's been following the president. Busi, good afternoon. Much excitement there today. What's the mood like outside the stadium where you are?
Very good afternoon, Kashni. Well, indeed, ANC factions are visible in the public eye. Where we at the stadium here, right across Kashni, there are ANC members that are holding placards over the stadium over there. If my cameraman Scott can head to that side where ANC members are putting up placards that are written Mkolo. Loosely translated, Kashni, Mkolo must step down. He is not bigger than the ANC. Goes back to the divisions that are visible in the province, Kashni. The president is here, the NEC deployees are here, and tomorrow they are holding a national and NWC meeting to discuss the divisions that are within the ANC. Even here in the Buffalo City Metro, you'll remember that just recently there was a regional executive committee that was elected, a new structure that was elected, and there are disputes over that election, over whether delegates that were supposed to be voting did vote. There are disputes, we understand, of 6 delegates that were not on the list, and they are saying that that structure must be disbanded. The crux of the issue that has been happening in the province, Kashni, the disbandment and the putting in place of regional task teams. As we speak, there was an instruction from the NEC that the Nelson Mandela Bay region must be disbanded, but it refuses to step down. The province, we know that Oscar Mabuyane, the provincial chairperson, was also in the OR Tambo region to introduce the regional task teams. But weeks back, Kashni, just over 2 weeks ago, the ANC National Secretary General sent out a communique to provincial secretaries to say regional task teams must not be introduced, and must be introduced if they have to after the general elections next year, so that they must forge unity at this point in time. But it does not look like they are closer to forging that unity, as there are those who want the structures to step down, there are those who want the leadership that is already in place to take over the reins. The president, we did ask him about this, of what is going to happen, and he's saying that they are here exactly for that, to speak to the people, to speak to ANC members, to say they must remain united at all times, and that the disunity that continues to play itself hinders service delivery to ordinary citizens who believe in the ANC. And tomorrow they are going to discuss exactly how best to deal with the matter. So tomorrow in that NWC meeting, we will know exactly what they decide upon. But one other thing might be the fact, Kashni, is that the NWC does not have the powers to make a decision. It is the NEC that will ultimately make a decision of whether or not regional task teams are put in place, and the regions that are to be disbanded are disbanded, or the leadership that is in place will continue, and how best they will resolve the issue at the Buffalo City Metro Municipality, the RW Busiswe region, where they are raising issues and challenging the outcomes of the regional congress that took place over about 2 months ago. How that will pan out remains to be seen, and we'll closer look on that. The president is here. After this, we know that is expected to address a cadres forum at the East London City Hall, where he will speak to ANC members behind closed doors to talk about this, to talk about the divisions in the ANC, and whether or not from that meeting they come out united and they know the line that must be told remains something to be seen. And of course, as I said, tomorrow the NWC sits and the decision from there will pave the way moving forward. Kashni.
Busiswe, the president also earlier today unveiled the bridge that will link Mdantsane township to Pumlani village. Unfortunately, the link broke and we couldn't really hear what the president was saying. Just take us back a little bit and recap his message to residents there.
The president, Keshni, was saying that they have embarked or they've decided to build that bridge because many people have been reported to have been killed while trying to cross to the other village on the other side, and therefore they've taken a decision to build that bridge to safeguard the safety of people of Mdantsane who are crossing to Pumlani villages, saying that it is not only focused on the social side of it where people are able to cross, but the economic side of it, saying that it was able to employ a number of unemployed young people in that area in Mdantsane, and the socio-economic aspect of it, and they look forward to building more, and that they take pride in the fact that the constructor that was involved is a black young person who did a sterling job. The bridge is not yet finished, Keshni, but we did see that work is being done and it is close to completion. Earlier than that, he visited the Duncan village area. You'd remember that a few weeks back there was a fire that caught close to 200 shacks in Duncan village. They were burnt down and residents had to rebuild those shacks again. That is the place where during the January 8th statement the president said he's not happy with the state of Duncan village and there should be a plan to build them houses. He was there to say he is still unhappy with how the people there are living, and he wants to reassure them that he is still on that plan to make sure that they are built houses. He was also there to do an oversight of a house that, again, on the January 8th, when he made his statement, when he made his speech, he promised a house to a family of the late veteran struggle icon. He was saying that Mafazi must know that they are well within their plans and they are doing an oversight, and they want to know if she is happy, and indeed she said she was happy that her house was being extended and it's a house that she deserved. So the president embarked on those oversight visits before he came here to say that service delivery, despite this political instability in the province, despite the factions and all that is happening that is making the environment to be unstable, service delivery should be at the top of the agenda for ANC deployees. But that would be difficult, Kashni, now, because everyone sees themselves as being part of the leadership, and they were saying that they want to put an end to that. They want to speak to the Buffalo City, the Dr. Khubusane region, to say not everyone will be or will take the reins at the City Hall and actually be at the mayoral committee or be at positions of power, but ANC members, especially ANC leadership, should put the needs of the people ahead of theirs. Keshni.
And that's just it, Busi, because I want to hear, or we want to hear rather, how the president was actually received by residents there, because often African National top brass is accused of engaging and interacting with poor people on the ground only just before elections, and they're often accused of using this as an electioneering stunt even.
Well, when he arrived at Duncan village, Keshni, despite the people saying that they are not happy with the living conditions that they are forced to live under, they were joyous, they were happy to see the president. They welcomed him in song. When he was finished with talking to the Fazi family, he went to greet them, to talk to them. They were happy, Keshni. They were singing, they were saying, this is our president, President Ramaphosa is our president. The elderly saying, Silili, we trust you, we have hope in you. So despite them not being happy with the living conditions that they live under, but they are still happy with him. They received him with so much much joy that they were singing, and they were saying that they want to come here. Some on the way were singing on the way to the stadium. Even a week ago, Keshni, when ANC deployee Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams went to another area where there are shacks, the living conditions there that are appalling. Much as people were raising that because there was a particular gentleman who was living in a house that did not even have a roof. But all of them in those areas were saying, we still believe and we are still going to vote for the ANC in the next coming elections. We have hope that things will change. So the people that the president came across and ANC deployees that were here last week and now that we've able to talk to them, that we've been covering and following, they were received warmly by ANC members despite them raising these issues that they are not happy with ANC service delivery and the issues of deployment and elections within the ANC. As you can see, as we've just shown you right on the opposite side, those who are singing to say Mkolo must fall, he is not bigger than the ANC. So they are fighting within the ANC and still saying they're happy with the ANC, but there are things that they are not happy with and are hopeful that the president, with him coming here, you'll be able to solve them.
Well, that was our reporter Busiswe Jemsana Mantashe.